All right, could you say something for us now so I can make sure we can hear you?
Hello.
All right, thank you. It's going to get feedback. There's something wrong with this equipment here today. All right, court is calling 2024 PF 19296 State versus Cameron Kenneth Hollingsworth. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state? Defense?
Attorney Albert Esposito for Mr. Hollingsworth.
And are you Mr. Hollingsworth? Defense has filed a motion for a bail reduction. State, have you had a chance to review defense's motion?
Yes,
Is there an agreement or no?
there is not, Your Honor.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
If I'm informed correctly, bail is already set at $15,000, and that seems to be appropriate considering the circumstances.
All right, in defense, what are you going to be requesting?
I'm requesting the bond set at 7,500, Judge.
All right. All right, then, defense, do you have any witnesses?
I do have a witness on Zoom right now, Your Honor. I think it's Twanya Monday.
All right, Miss Monday, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Do you solemnly swear affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Hello.
I don't know what she said. It wasn't in response to my question.
Okay,
I couldn't hear you at first. I'm sorry, ma'am.
All right, do you raise your right hand? Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. You need to turn up the volume.
over there.
All right, state your name for the record.
Twanya Monday.
All right, you may proceed.
Miss Monday, what's your relationship to Mr. Hollingsworth?
Girlfriend.
And was he currently residing you before he got arrested?
Was he residing with me?
Was he residing at your household?
No, he was staying at the Veterans.
Oh, continue.
And have you had an opportunity to try to post bail for Mr. Hollingsworth?
I tried, but I can't afford it right now.
And does Mr. Hollingsworth work?
Not at this moment.
Prior to getting arrested, was he working?
He was doing temporary, like day labor.
And do you know if he has any money saved in order to?
No.
And are you the only person that has money to post bail for him?
Yes, sir.
And what's an amount that you can afford?
I have about $800 that I can afford to post bond bail for Mr. Hollingsworth.
And you've already reached out to a bondsman that said they would take that if the bond is reduced?
Yes, sir.
Is there any other family members that you've been able to reach out to see that they can help Mr. Hollingsworth at all for this bond?
No one's able to help at this time.
Is Mr. Hollingsworth, was he part of the military?
Yes, he was.
And was he going through the VA to get assistance for living?
Yes, he was.
And where was he staying?
It's the Veterans. I can't think of the name of it, but it's located right off of Main Street by the Lubies. He went through the Veterans Atrium to get placement there.
And if he gets out on bail, is that where he would continue to reside?
I spoke with his caseworker, and she said that as soon as they can get a bed form, a room form, that they will accept him back. So I said that I would allow him to stay with me until he's able to get back into the program.
And how long has Mr. Hollingsworth resided in Bexar County?
This time for about a year, almost 2 years.
Okay. And he would continue to reside in Bexar County, you're stating?
Yes.
Do you believe he's a risk, a flight risk at all?
No.
That he would show up to all his appearances?
Yes.
Do you know if he had any prior cases that he was arrested for?
In the past, when I met him in 2020, he was going for a case of robbery, which he did TDC time for.
And are you aware if he made all those court appearances at that time?
I'm not. I just know that during the time that I entered his life, he was going to court.
Okay. And can you tell the court how much money you have after all your expenses that you pay?
After I pay all my expenses, I have little to none. Right now, I'm out of work due to a work-related injury. So the money that I have is money that I have saved.
Okay. And do you believe Mr. Hollingsworth's a threat if he gets out on bond?
No, he's not a threat at all.
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
State.
No questions, Your Honor.
All right, is this witness excused?
She's excused.
All right, thank you. You can go back in. Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Just one moment. Let me change the sound. All right, any further witnesses?
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right, the court will hear argument.
Your Honor, Mr. Hollingsworth at the moment has been in custody since his arrest date. Prior to the arrest date, he was actually fixing to start a new job at Pluckers. Currently, he has no savings. The only family member that he had was Miss Mundy, who stated that as far as what she could afford, is to pay a down payment of $800 towards a bond amount. The bond's currently set at $15,000. After speaking to her, she's comfortable with paying, she would be able to afford a bond amount of $7,500. In addition to that, Your Honor, Mr. Hollingsworth is a resident here of Bear County. He's not a threat or a flight risk. If there's any other conditions that the court may consider in possibly reducing this bond, I'm sure he would abide by those, including any GPS tracking, any partial house arrest. He's trying to get back to work so that he can continue to provide for his family. I mean, additionally, Judge, he was seeking, he was staying through the VA at a place. And so he still has that place to stay if he gets out on bond. So we're asking the court, Judge, to reduce this at $7,500.
All right, I just have a few questions for your client that is related to any bond conditions. If I do lower his bond, can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, keep your voice up so that the court reporter can hear and I can hear. All right, have you ever had any type of mental health diagnosis?
No.
Have you ever been on any type of mental health medication? Have you ever seen a psychiatrist before? Have you ever in the past used any illegal substances?
Marijuana.
Anything? All right. I said in the past. Anything other than marijuana? All right. State any questions?
For Mr. Hollingsworth?
Yes.
No.
All right. Then any further argument, defense?
No further argument, no.
All right, state.
Your Honor, so far there has been no testimony or evidence other than Ms. Monday. There has been no testimony or evidence about any other family members of Mr. Hollingsworth. Any of those family members who have been contacted, what amount, if any, they would be able to contribute. So the idea that there are no family members who are capable of assisting him is an assertion that has not been proven. Additionally, considering that Mr. Hollingsworth has been convicted and sentenced for both robbery and assault, family choking, perhaps Ms. Monday does not have quite the estimation of his character that she should. So considering his criminal history and the lack of evidence put forward by defense counsel, the state renews its argument that 15,000 is appropriate in this circumstance.
All right, defense, it's your motion, so you have final argument.
Your Honor, Ms. Monday did explain that she is the only family member that he has here. And, she's the only provider for him. So as far as whether or not there was any evidence provided by the court, she did state that she is the only person. There is no other family members here. He's originally from Indiana, is my understanding, and, or North Carolina, Indiana. And she is the only family here. All the family members don't have money to help him or support him.
All right, the motion to reduce bond is denied. And counsel, if for some reason he is unable to make bond in the near future, just reapproach the court again.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.